This is the complete roundup of the best Facebook live stream software for Mac and Windows PC right now. Hey, it's Justin Brown here from Primal Video, where we help you grow an audience and scale your revenue with online video. If you're seeing value in this video, make sure you're giving it a thumbs up. It really makes a huge difference. And all the links to everything I mentioned in this video, you can find linked in the description box below. Let's jump into it. So there's OBS Studio, Ecamm Live, StreamYard, Wirecast, BeLive, VMix, Restream. There's a lot of options out there when it comes to running your Facebook Lives, and each one of them has their own strengths and their weaknesses and price tag. So what's the best option for you? Well, I'm going to share our shortlist for a few key categories and types of users after putting all the leading options to the test. We're going to cover off on both free and paid software and a range of options in each, but there are some key differences between all of the options. So I would definitely suggest sticking around and watching all the way through to see what you might be missing if you're choosing one option over another. Now, pretty much all the third-party options that we're looking at today will let you do cool stuff like add on-screen titles or effects as well. So I'll share a few recommended resources to get your own custom branded animations and other low-cost effects and things to really help you boost your stream quality along the way. So the first option you've got for going live on Facebook from your Mac or PC is just using the Facebook website itself. You can literally log into Facebook, you can create a new post and hit live stream, or you can head directly to the Facebook Live producer page, facebook.com/live/producer, and you're taken to where you can broadcast live directly from within Facebook itself. So for this method, there's no additional software or anything you need to download and install. You can literally share your webcam or your computer screen directly through to Facebook Live from this. So this is probably the most straightforward, easiest way to go live on Facebook, but it is also by far the most basic. There is no options to add in titles, videos, or guests or anything like that. You're really just limited to sharing your webcam or whatever camera is connected to your computer and your computer screen if that's what you're looking to do. Now, if you are looking for some of those other features, and that's pretty much where all of the other options I've got for you in this video will let you take this so much further. So now getting into those third-party options for live streaming on Facebook, the first one I've got for you is OBS, or Open Broadcaster Software. This one is 100% free, and it's probably the most popular option out there. And I would say the price tag probably has something to do with that as well. Now, OBS will work on both Mac and PC and Linux as well, so you've got all your bases covered. Now, OBS packs in a ton of features, a lot of really advanced features and controls as well that you would normally only find on professional level software. But I will say that the overall interface of the app and the usability of the app, it's not that intuitive. So if you're an absolute beginner or even an intermediate user, there is going to be quite a bit of a learning curve for you to get up to speed and get fluent and get fast using OBS for your live stream. I'm not saying it's impossible, I'm just saying there's a learning curve, and some of the other options that we've got coming up are going to let you have a lot of the same functionality that's in OBS, but let you do it all much, much easier with a far more intuitive interface. Now, with that said, because OBS is so popular, there is a ton of resources available for you to be able to get up to speed. There's lots of YouTube videos, they have their own support forum, and there's lots of other support forums as well that you can go to quickly get up to speed and set everything up for you. Another thing to be aware of is that OBS currently doesn't have a built-in guest feature. So if you're creating live streams where you want to be bringing in guests on your live stream, you can still do it in OBS, but it is far more complicated than some of the other options that we've got coming up next. And there can be a lot of issues with echo and feedback and those sorts of things. So you can do it in there, but there's a lot of little workarounds and things that you'll need to have it working effectively. So if you are creating interviews where you want to be bringing in guests, I would personally be looking at some of the other options instead of OBS for this. So I would say that OBS is good for someone who obviously doesn't want to spend any money because of the price, someone at more of that intermediate to advanced level because it's not that intuitive to get up to speed and using, but at the same time, an absolute beginner could jump in knowing that they've got that learning curve and put in the time to get everything set up and to figure it all out. And while I said that OBS does have a lot of advanced features and controls, if you are someone who's looking for professional grade software or the most amount of advanced features and controls to really dial everything in for your live streams, OBS probably really isn't it either. And I'll give you a few more options a little later on in this video. The next option then is StreamYard. And this is one of those options that has come a really long way in the last 12 months. StreamYard, you don't actually need to download and install anything. It runs in your web browser, which means it's pretty much going to run on any computer out there, even a low-powered computer like a Chromebook. And it will even work from your iOS or Android device as well. Now, the overall interface and usability of StreamYard, I would say hands down, is the simplest and the most intuitive, while still packing in a decent amount of features and controls as well. Nowhere near to the extent that you would get in OBS or more professional grade software. They've really dumbed it down a lot, but what they've done is made it really intuitive, really easy to switch between things while you're live, while still giving you a lot of access to things that you would want while you're live, like having the ability to share your computer screen, to add graphic overlays, or even to bring in guests into your live streams. Now, for me, this is one of the standout features in StreamYard. They make this so easy. You literally click the button to generate a unique link for someone to join your stream. You send it out. People click it, no matter what device they're on, they're going to appear in your green room, the waiting room. And then with the click of a button, you can bring them on screen into your live stream. And they're live. They can see the user comments the same as you. You can even have a private chat with them external from what everyone else can see. And you can have up to 10 participants on your live stream at once. And they make it so easy for you to click and switch between different scenes or different layouts while you're live. So if you want a 50-50 screen split with you on one side, your guest on the other, that's there as a preset that you can just select. Then you might want to switch back to full screen for a minute. Again, just click of a button and all of that is set up and configured for you. The other feature that StreamYard has that they make really easy is simulcasting or multicasting, or broadcasting live to multiple places at the same time. So if you want to broadcast live to Facebook and to say YouTube at the same time, you can just add YouTube as an additional destination that you want to broadcast out to, and all the extra work is handled on StreamYard's end. So you don't need to have additional services to help broadcast that out to the multiple platforms. It's all done just from within StreamYard. Now, in regards to pricing, there is a free plan, but it does have a StreamYard watermark on it. So if you want to remove their branding, which I would suggest that you do, then they have a plan starting at $20, their basic plan. That's going to give you access to most of the functionality there on StreamYard. Now, up from that, there is a professional plan for $39 a month, which will give you access to full HD 1080p live streaming, and also it'll give you additional hours for recording and also additional destinations if you are going to be simulcasting to multiple platforms. So that'll increase from 3 on the basic plan up to 8 on the professional plan. So overall, StreamYard is one of my personal favorites. It's going to be great for someone, whether you're an absolute beginner, never live streamed before in your life, right through to someone who is on that more advanced side of things, but doesn't necessarily want to jump in and tweak and configure everything up, every little minor detail. You're not going to have that level of control in StreamYard, but I also don't think that's a bad thing. The next option then is Ecamm Live. Now, this one is another one of my personal favorites. It is only available on Mac. So sorry, PC users, hang around for the next one because it's probably the closest you'll find to Ecamm Live on PC. But Ecamm Live really packs a punch when it comes to ease of use mixed with the amount of functionality in there. So I'd say that Ecamm Live is kind of a mix between the level of advanced features and controls and stuff that you get in OBS, mixed with the interface and everything that you have inside of StreamYard. It is more complicated than StreamYard. It doesn't have as many features and things as OBS, but it's probably the perfect mix of both for someone who is looking for more control, more features, while still keeping everything really easy and really intuitive. Once again, you've got all the stuff that you would expect, being able to easily bring in titles and graphics and video files, but literally with Ecamm Live, you can just drag and drop stuff in and they're added into your live stream instantly. One of the standout things for me with Ecamm is just how well thought out it is. They really look at the user experience on this. So a simple thing, if you're doing a screen share, so you want to share your computer screen, you want to maybe zoom in on a section, you can literally just pinch to zoom on the trackpad and it's going to zoom in on your computer screen. There's no need to go in to grab the little resize handles or grab a slider bar to try and scale something up and down while you're live. It's just so intuitive. It's what you would expect it would be on all applications out there. You just want to zoom in. Why can't we just pinch to zoom? So just simple stuff like that, but it's not just that one case. It is littered throughout the entire Ecamm experience, which makes it so easy to use, so easy to control and configure everything up while you're live and to change it and have fun with it on the fly. Now, Ecamm also has a a really powerful guest or interview feature as well, just like StreamYard. It's probably not as seamless or not as simple as the way that StreamYard have done it, but on the Ecamm side, you get the next level of control. Not only do you get to tweak and adjust what your cameras look like, but you also get to tweak and adjust the cameras of the guests that you're bringing in as well. So it could be that you're resizing them. It could be that you're adding a green screen effect for them if they've got a green background behind. It's just so awesome that you can really dial in and really customize up your guest video feed as well, which is something that you can't do inside of StreamYard. So they make it really easy for you to configure up different presets or different scenes that you can switch between while you're live. So it could be that you've got one scene of you full screen, the next one could be a 50-50 screen split of you on one side and your guest on the other. But also inside of each one of those scenes, you can really adjust anything to really get the look that you're after. Now, Ecamm does have built-in support for services like Switchboard and Restream if you do want to do restreaming or multi-streaming to multiple locations at once. It's not something they've got built into their app yet, like you do have on StreamYard. But apparently it is on the roadmap for Ecamm to have their own solution for multi-streaming as well. Now, in regards to pricing, there are two options. There is a $16 a month standard plan and a pro plan for $32 a month. Now, the standard plan really has a lot of the core functionality of Ecamm built into it, and it will let you bring in up to 5 guests onto your live stream, but only doing so through Skype. If you want access to their own guest or own interview feature, then that's where you will need the pro plan. And that's where you'll also be unlocking things like 4K live streaming. But overall, I think Ecamm Live really is that perfect mix of OBS meets StreamYard. It's going to be great for you if you are an absolute beginner, never live streamed before. You're going to be able to jump in, you're going to be able to figure things out, and you're going to have access to a ton of advanced features and those sorts of things when you're ready for it. Likewise, if you are on that more advanced side, you're probably going to find that most of those advanced features and controls and stuff you'll actually like inside of Ecamm, and you won't be missing too much from some of the more professional grade software. Now, the next one I've got for you is for the PC users that were watching that thinking, I wish they had Ecamm Live on PC. Well, this is probably the closest you'll find to that. It's called Manycam, and it works on both Mac and PC. Now, in terms of the interface and usability, this is another one that's going to be much easier for someone to jump in and to get up to speed with than something like OBS. It's a very clean, simple interface, not as clean or straightforward as something like StreamYard or even Ecamm for that matter, but it's still easy to find all the main features and tools and everything that you want and easily get your live stream set up and running. Once again, it's really easy to bring in and to set up and to use titles and graphics and countdown timers and those sorts of things. And they've also got in there things like stickers and GIFs and face masks or face filters like you would find on Snapchat and on Instagram, just to have a bit of fun while you're live. Now, what I like with Manycam is they make it really easy for you to save your presets. So if there's certain graphics or animations that you're using for multiple live streams, then you can actually just have them saved in your gallery or have them saved in favorites, so they're really easy to find and use on your live streams, especially if you're going to be doing repeat live streams where you're going to be using those graphics and animations and things over and over. Now, overall, in terms of the features and the functionality, especially comparing it to some of the ones we've mentioned already, there is no guest or interview feature inside of Manycam yet, but they do have built in the ability to live stream to multiple platforms. Now, this isn't done through a third-party service. This is built into the app, which does mean that your internet connection is going to have to push out, say, one feed to Facebook and another feed over to YouTube. So it will require twice the bandwidth or twice the processing power to be able to have this multi-stream happening the way that it's done in Manycam. Now, in regards to pricing, there is 3 options for Manycam. The first is the standard plan at $29 a year, which will let you install it on one device and include up to 4 video sources in your live stream. But this plan is also capped at HD video streaming. The next plan, which they say is their most popular plan, is the Studio plan, and that's $59 per year. This will let you install it on 2 devices, have up to 12 video sources, and up to 4K video streaming. This will also unlock pretty much all the functionality inside of Manycam. The next plan above that though, the premium plan at $79 per year, will let you install it on 1 more device, so 3 devices. It'll give you twice the amount of video sources at 24 video sources, and again at that 4K quality as well. But what it does include is priority support. So really, if you're needing those additional video licenses or being able to install it on a 3rd computer, then this plan is for you. So overall, I think it's another really solid option, especially considering the price. It's ridiculously cheap. And once again, I think it's going to be good for you if you are an absolute beginner, but wanting some more of those features and controls right up to sort of that intermediate level as well. Now, if you're in a Mac and you're considering Manycam versus Ecamm, Manycam is cheaper and it might do everything that you'd like, but my personal preference is going to go with Ecamm Live. Yes, it's a little bit more expensive, but it's also going to be much more intuitive and easier if you are a beginner. The interface is amazing. Plus, it's also got the guest feature, and it's also got a ton of more advanced features and controls than you'll find in Manycam. But on the PC side, there really isn't anything else that compares to it in that price bracket and in that feature set, all with the ease of use as well. Now, just before I get to my professional level recommendations, if you are looking to create graphics and animations and titles and things to use in your live streams, then you really can't go past Placeit. This isn't a paid sponsorship or anything like that. They don't even know that we're saying this, but this is the service that we use and that I recommend to create these things so simply. They seriously have some amazing templates in there. With just a few clicks, you can customize them up with your logos, your fonts, your colors to have them as your own. And they are ridiculously cheap as well. So I've got a link to Placeit in the description below. And also we've got a tutorial that's linked at the end of this video, taking you through step-by-step creating a video intro that you could use for your live streams. So now onto the pro options. Now these are going to be for people who want to have access to the most amount of features, the most amount of control, literally being able to dial everything in and set everything up the way that they want it for full control, for management while they're live, but also just for setup for recording as well. Now there's two recommendations I've got for you, and they're both actually very similar when it comes to feature sets and what they'll let you do. So the first one is PC only, and it's VMix, and the second one is PC and Mac, and it's Wirecast. Both of them have a built-in guest feature, kind of along the lines of what Ecamm Live has, but again, next level in terms of what it is that you can customize up. Both of them have got great hardware support for external peripherals to really help you take your live streams to the next level. They've also both got a ton of functionality built in regards to audio as well, to again really help you dial everything in, not just on the picture side of things and the video side of things, but on your audio as well. And I'll also say that while both of these do have all the advanced features and controls and functionality built in, they're actually interface-wise fairly intuitive and easy enough to navigate around, especially while you're live as well. So if you've got to quickly find something that's gone wrong or something you want to adjust while you're live, then you're not really diving into too many menus and those sorts of things. It's fairly intuitive. Yes, there will be a learning curve, especially if you're on the beginner end of things. There's going to be a big learning curve. But for someone that's at that intermediate or advanced level, which I imagine you would be if you're looking at this style of software, then it's not going to be too overwhelming. It's not going to take you too long to get up to speed and using them. Now, one of the most powerful or standout features for me with these programs is that they both support ISO recording or isolated recording, meaning that if you're going to be running a professional level live stream and you've got multiple cameras that you're running in or multiple video feeds, it will actually do a recording of each one of those to a separate video file if you want to while you're live, so that when you're finished your live stream, if you want to re-edit it down, you're not just left with the recording of your finished live stream. You've actually got a dedicated recording that's all synchronized up so that you could take that into your editing application and re-edit it down, switching between the different camera angles differently maybe than when you were live. So a really powerful feature for live streaming and for re-editing your content down afterwards, or even just for producing your content as well without even going live. Now, in regards to pricing, on the VMix side, there's a lot of different options. There is a free version available, but it is heavily restricted. There's a basic HD version, which doesn't include the guest feature. So if you're looking to bring guests in for interviews, you will need to be looking at the HD version, which sells for $350 US. So that'll give you one guest or one caller that you can bring into your live streams, and it will let you broadcast live at 1080p. The next one up from that though, the 4K version for $700 US, that'll let you broadcast it up to 4K. It'll let you have in up to 4 guests onto your live stream, and it also unlocks that ISO recording capability, or multi-quarter they call it in this. And if you want all the features, all the functionality, then that's where you'd be wanting the Pro version for $1,200 US. and that'll let you have up to 8 guests in your live stream. Then on the Wirecast side, which again was Mac and PC, you've got 2 options. They have the studio version for $5.99, which will let you bring in up to 2 guests and live stream at 4K quality. And then to unlock all of their features, including the ISO recording capability and up to 7 guests, that's where you want Wirecast Pro for $799. Now with either one of these, VMix or Wirecast, I really don't think you can go wrong with either one. Again, only if you're someone that's looking for the most professional grade or the most amount of features and controls in your live streaming. Now for me personally, after using both of these quite a lot, if I'm using a PC where I've got the option to choose either one of them, I'm probably going to go more so with VMix. I just like it a little bit more. I think the interface is just a little bit easier and a bit more fun, a bit more intuitive to use. There's nothing wrong with Wirecast. On the Mac side, that's what I would be using. So as I said, you can get great results with either one of them. So out of all of the options I've mentioned in this video though, my top picks, my favorites are StreamYard and Ecamm Live. I think both of those are just amazing. If I'm going to do a live stream where I'm going to bring in a heap of friends and just hang out and have fun, it's going to go with StreamYard. They make that so easy just to switch between people, bring people on, kick them off if you want to. StreamYard is great for that. You can still do all of that in Ecamm, but it's not as easy as it is in StreamYard. Now, if I do want to customize things up, I want to run live webinars, live training, anything like that, hands down it's going to go with Ecamm because you do have that extra level of control on there. So those are my recommendations for best live streaming software for Facebook. Now, if you are interested in creating your own animated graphics and titles and intros to use in your live streams or in your videos, then check out the video that's linked on screen where we take you through the process in Placeit step by step. You're going to be blown away with how easy it is. And the other video is a recommendation from YouTube. I don't know what it is. I hope it's good. I'll see you in the next video.